Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel where we explore the fascinating world of rare coins, hidden treasures, and the incredible stories behind them. Today, we're going to dive deep into the history, design, and value of a coin that might just be sitting in your change jar, the 979D1 cent coin. Don't underestimate this little copper beauty, because some of these coins are worth much more than 1 cent. So, make sure you watch till the end because I'll reveal the most valuable versions of this coin that have sold for big money. Let's start with the background and history of this coin. The 979D penny was struck at the Denver Mint, which is represented by the small letter D below the year on the coin's obverse side. This coin is part of the Lincoln Memorial Cent series, which began in 1959 to celebrate the 150th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth and replaced the earlier wheat cent design that was used from 1909 to 1958. The obverse side of the coin features the famous portrait of President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. It shows Lincoln facing right, with the words "In God We Trust" above his head, liberty to his left, and the date 1969 along with the D Mint marked to his right. On the reverse side, you'll see the Lincoln Memorial, designed by Frank Gasparo. This design is detailed enough that, with a magnifying glass, you can even see the tiny statue of Lincoln seated inside the memorial, a nice tribute to the president who changed American history forever. By 1962, the U.S. Mint was producing billions of pennies each year for circulation, and the Denver Mint alone struck an incredible 4.14 billion 1-cent coins that year. These coins were made primarily of copper, consisting of 1% copper and 5% zinc, since the U.S. Mint did not switch to zinc-coated cents until 1992 due to rising metal costs. The 979D penny weighs about 70 grams and measures 9 millimeters in diameter. Its reddish-brown tone comes from the high copper content, and over time, depending on how it's been stored or circulated, its color can range from bright red to dark brown. Collectors often use terms like red, red-brown, and brown to describe the coin's color, and that color can actually affect the value of the coin in the collector's market. Now, here's where things get exciting. Even though billions of 979D pennies were made, some of them have unique minting errors that make them worth a lot more than face value. Error coins are always fascinating because they're accidental mistakes made at the mint, and collectors love them for their rarity. One of the most valuable errors you might find is the off-center strike, where part of the design is missing because the planchet, or blank coin, was not aligned properly during striking. Depending on how far off-center the strike is, the value can range from a few dollars up to several $100s. Another valuable error is the double die, where some parts of the design like the date, lettering, or the word liberty appear slightly doubled. This is due to a misalignment during the die creation process, and these coins can fetch anywhere from $50 to several $100s, depending on how visible the doubling is. There are also coins with broad strikes, die cracks, and filled mint marks that collectors search for. Each of these error types adds uniqueness and can multiply a coin's value significantly. Now let's talk about the value of the 979D1 cent coin in today's market. In circulated condition, meaning it has been used in everyday transactions, this coin is generally worth between 1 cent and 5 cents. However, if you find a coin that is in mint state or uncirculated condition, meaning it looks brand new with no signs of wear, then the value jumps much higher. In mint condition graded MS65 or higher, a 979D penny can sell for anywhere from $10 to $25. The coins with full red color, known as red Lincoln cents, are the most desirable and bring the highest prices. But here's the best part: certain error coins and those in top-tier mint condition have sold for huge amounts. For example, a 979D penny graded MS red has sold for over $10 at auction. That's right, 1 cent turning into over $1,000. This shows just how important condition, rarity, and collector demand are when it comes to coin values. When we talk about circulation, the 979D penny remains one of the most widely distributed Lincoln Memorial cents ever produced. With over 4 billion pieces minted, it became a common coin in the wallets and cash registers of Americans during the late 1970s and early 1980s. These coins have continued to circulate for decades, and even today, you can still find them in your change, though they are becoming less common as newer coins replace them. Because the coin is made mostly of copper, it also carries some intrinsic metal value. When copper prices rise, collectors and investors sometimes pay attention to older pennies like the 979D because of their higher copper content. Although it is illegal to melt pennies for their metal, their composition gives them an extra layer of interest among numismatists and collectors. If you want to check whether your 979D penny might be valuable, here's what you should look for first. Inspect the coin under good lighting or with a magnifying glass. Check for any doubling on the date or lettering, especially the word Liberty and In God We Trust. Second, look for an off-center strike or any unusual marks on the edges or surfaces that indicate a minting error. Third, observe the color. The redder and shinier the coin, the higher its potential grade and value. Finally, if you think your coin is in excellent condition, consider getting it professionally graded by a service like PCGS or NGC. This can authenticate its quality and help you get the best price if you decide to sell it. So, there you have it, the Yangsuno D1 said coin, a small piece of copper that carries a big story. From its history rooted in the Lincoln Memorial design to its potential for rare and valuable error versions, this coin proves that even the smallest pieces of change can hold remarkable worth. If you're a coin collector or just someone who loves discovering hidden treasures, keep an eye on your pocket change. You never know when you might come across a rare elusive penny that could be worth hundreds or even thousands of dollars. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel for more amazing coin stories, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video with another amazing coin discovery.